Why don't we start? Welcome to the Political Science Recognition Ceremony. I'm Sunita Parikh. I am a professor in the department, and I am also the director of undergraduate studies. So an awful lot of you or your children, have spent time with me. I've okayed their study abroad programs and things like that. There have been 3 of us who are DUSs during this period. There was Professor Justin Fox, who was DUS for the first 2 years that y'all were in school here at WashU. And then Professor Guillermo Rosas and I alternated for various reasons. We've both been DUS before, and we came back to be DUS. So we've all done these programs before, but we've never done them this way. And so bear with us as we try to put this together. We really wanted, it'll probably be glitchy, but Zoom defeats me just when I most need it as a rule. But we're hoping that we will enjoy it anyway. We really wanted to have the chance to honor your achievements. I think it's really important to remember that while we've had half a semester of, I don't even know how to describe it, we had 3.5 years that were really fantastic. And we want to remember those 3.5 years as much as we think about, as much as we're mired in the half a semester right now. I guess it's 3 3/4 years. So, I worked with 2 honor students, and they completed their theses under really hard conditions. I worked with a lot of seniors this year, and I'm just so impressed at how they were able to pull things off. All of you worked hard, and all of you made it. You're here. So the first person that we're going to hear from today is our chair of the Political Science Department, who is Jim Spriggs. And I'm hoping that Jim has been able to get his phone to work, because he'll be joining us via phone. Jim, are you there?
I think I'm good.
You are. We can hear you. Right. Wonderful. Take it away.
Well, that might be going a bit far to say I'm good. I'm at least present. Welcome, everyone, to this virtual ceremony. As Professor Parikh said, it's a bit unusual, of course, but we're hoping that this will serve as a bit of a capstone for your experience here at WashU. I am introducing Professor Lowry. Professor Lowry is an institution in the department. He has been a member of our department since 1988. He co-chaired my dissertation. I'm actually a PhD from Washington University. So I was there from 1989 to 1994. So he helped launch my scholarly career, as he's helped launch many of you undergraduates. From a scholarly point of view, he has studied environmental politics. His work has both had an influence on political science research on environmental politics, but you might say even more importantly, I think it's had an impact on public policy itself, which for many academics is a bit unusual because much of our research isn't as applied as that. So I think that's a feather in his cap. From a personal point of view, he has been one of the most generous and giving members of the department. It's been a real pleasure to be first a student under him, and then a faculty member since I've been back at WashU since 2006. And I've been chair since, well, this is my 9th year as chair. And like you graduates, in a sense, I'm graduating as well, because it is my final year as chair. So this will be the last time that I'll be serving somewhat as an MC for this ceremony. And finally, I'll say that Professor Lowry has been for a long time, one of our most accomplished lecturers in the department. He, as many of you might have heard from your children, your students, he is an inspiring person in the classroom. And I think with that, so it's bittersweet for me as well, finally, because Professor Lowry is retiring as of January 1st. I did my best to try to hide the paperwork, lose the paperwork, but ultimately he somehow went around me and managed to have paperwork make it to the administration. And so he will be leaving us and going on to the next phase of his career. But we hope he will come back and visit, just as we hope that many of you graduates will come back and visit us. And finally, I'll just say that I truly hope that you, the students, have had an enjoyable experience as political science undergraduates, and that we've enriched you in a variety of ways. Hopefully now and even down into the future, you will find times when things that you've learned in the classroom, or perhaps even from office hours, lead to some of your professional accomplishments, because I know that you will go on to do great things. With that, I will hand it over to Professor Lowry and mute myself.
Thanks, Jim. I think I'm good now. Yeah, thank you. Thanks to Jim and Sunita for setting that up, and thanks for inviting me to speak here today. I'm honored to say a few words to the graduates and their families. To be honest, when Jim and Sunita asked me to speak at this, I was a little bit reluctant or a little bit hesitant, because it's not the easiest time to do a speech. It's not the easiest time to be in a celebratory mood, but I do appreciate the chance to say something. And just one point, Jim, that was a very nice introduction, although when you call me an institution, it makes me feel a little bit old, so I might be a little nervous about that. But anyway, I am moving on to other things sooner or later, but I love it around here, and I've loved my time at WashU, and it's been a pleasure to work with you and Sunita and all of our colleagues. I do want to say a few things, and I'll be, the one stipulation I made about doing a talk today was that I would be brief. So I'm going to be brief. I'm not going to do a PowerPoint. I'm not going to talk about some research project. I'm going to talk maybe 5-10 minutes about just talking particularly to the graduates, because they're the ones that this ceremony is for, and their families. And if it helps to organize what I'm saying, I'm talking in 3 parts, basically. I want to say a few things about the past, and then a few things about the present situation, and then a few words about the future. And just to get started talking about the past, the first thing I want to say is congratulations. Congratulations to all the graduates and their families. You guys, you all did a great job, and you've really done a great job, particularly how challenging it's been the last couple of months. And but it's not just the last couple of months. WashU is always a challenging place, and it was challenging before you even got here. We all know it's hard to get into WashU, and yet you got in here, and you toughed it out, and you made it work through all kinds of different challenges. And I'm sure that there's students out there thinking about all the last 4 years. That's, you know, big exams, tough exams, all-nighters, M1, UTM, whatever it was, there were challenges, and you faced them. And with the help of and the support of your families and your friends, you got through it, and you've overcome those challenges. And I guess I also want to point out that it's not just the challenges that you faced over the last 4 years. And I think Sunita said it well when she said, we hope that you think also about the 3.5 years that came before this last half year, because I'm sure you had some great times. And I have a very simple visual here. This is one of my favorite photos of Washington University. I don't know if you can see it very well. It's the Brookings Quad, and it was on a snowy day, and I was out there with my dog. It was a wonderful time. And I think that all of you, I'm sure, have pictures like that bring back memories of your time here at WashU. And I hope you do, and I hope you think about them at least as much as you think about the last couple of months that we've gone through with this pandemic and the classes. So again, congratulations, you did good work, and with perseverance, you met all the challenges, and you're now here. So you should be very proud today. Okay, second, I want to talk about the present situation, and I guess I do want to say a few words about what we're facing right now, and how could I not? In short, the pandemic is, it's making life hard on all of us, and we're all facing really tough times, and we're all forced to make sacrifices, and some of those sacrifices are bigger than others. Today, I guess I want to talk a little about the sacrifice that the graduating class is facing right now, and that is that I really feel sympathetic for you guys. I'm sorry that you're missing, that the last semester of your last year at WashU was so tough, and I'm sorry that commencement is going to be so different than it would be otherwise. It's really a great time on campus. I never miss it, and my colleagues might say it's because when you have a cap and gown on commencement day, you have license to eat as much as you want. You can go all over campus and eat everything. My colleagues are smiling because they know I have a reputation as a big eater. In fact, they'll get a kick out of the fact that since I started staying at home in mid-March, I've lost 9 pounds. I'm not kidding. My wife is a very good cook and we eat well, but I'm not eating free Friday donuts. I'm not going to scones over at the Duck like a lot of the students here do on Tuesdays. I'm not going to all the events on campus where you get as much food as you want. And I've lost 9 pounds. It's really kind of amazing. So I guess there's some silver linings in this, but I'd rather be over on campus with you guys sharing in some of those treats. The one thing about commencement is, as good of a time as it is, the toughest part of commencement is talking to students that don't know what they're going to do next. And I always have students come into my office in the last semester of their senior year and say, geez, Professor Lowry, I just don't know what I'm going to do next. And I'm really kind of worried about that. And it always prompts me to launch into a little personal anecdote. And it has to do with this picture right here. You can see this, one of my other visual aids. That's a picture from the Indianapolis News. And you can see the date on the top. It's in 1979. And it happens to be a date 1 week after I graduated from Indiana University as an undergraduate. And if you look really closely, you can see there's a trash truck at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and that is yours truly right there on the trash truck, because that's what I was doing after I graduated. I did not have a job. I didn't have anything lined up. I was a business major, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I'm really sympathetic to the students right now that don't know what they're doing next. I went around in my last class just a couple weeks ago, and we went around the group, and some of those students are online with us right now, and they'll remember this. I felt a little bad after doing it, but I went around and asked each of them to talk about what their plans were for the future. And out of 17 students, two had some idea what they were going to do next. And even them, they were somewhat indefinite. Most students just didn't know what they were going to do next. And I don't blame them. Where the whole world is kind of in limbo right now, and it's really hard to figure things out. And you know, I guess I want to tell you that because I don't want any of the students to feel like they're alone. They're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. None of us know where we're going to be 2 months from now, even a year, even into the fall. And I'm quite sympathetic about that. And for what it's worth, in future years, when some student comes to me and says, geez, Professor Lowry, I don't know what I'm going to do when this semester ends and I graduate, I'm not going to tell them my story anymore about where I was in 1979. I'm going to tell them your story about the class of 2020 and how it was so hard on you guys to figure out what you were going to do next. And yet you're going to figure it out. With the help of your families and your friends, you will work through this, you will overcome, you will persevere, and you will move on and you'll do good things. And that leads me into the third part of this talk. And that's talking about the future. And you know, just about every spring, I didn't get to do it this semester because we were doing online courses, but I get to do it today because I'm talking to you now while we're online. And just about every semester in my last class, I tell the graduating seniors, I want to make them 2 bets. And the 2 bets are the following. The first bet is that in the week of commencement, everybody on campus is going to be freaking out, worrying about the weather. And people at WashU always worry about weather and whether it's going to rain on commencement on Friday morning. And every semester I tell them, every spring semester I tell the students, don't worry about it, it's not going to rain on commencement. Every semester I win that bet. And WashU is blessed that way. I don't know why, but we always pull off a good commencement and we don't get rained out. Now this semester that's obviously moot because you get the students here all over the country, they're all over the world. So they're not worried about the weather and the commencement on Friday morning, although I'll tell you, I'm looking out my window right now and there's a thunderstorm coming in. But tomorrow morning is supposed to be nice, and I'm willing to bet that it will be nice. That's just one bet. The second bet that I always make with my students is that somebody in the Friday morning ceremony is going to say, and actually Professor Spriggs already kind of said it, and that is that the world faces really tough challenges. Here's my other visual. It's the globe. The world's facing really tough challenges now, and it's global health is one big one right now. And if and when we get through this pandemic, we're going to have to be facing other big challenges like climate change. And a lot of you know that very well. And the thing, and what somebody always says in that Friday morning ceremony is that you students are the ones that are going to solve these problems. You're the ones that are going to be the decision makers. You're going to be the policy makers. You're the ones that are going to take care of these things and deal with these things that we haven't dealt with very well before. And that's up to you. And inevitably somebody says that, and I see students in the audience in the crowd will be looking at me like they're checking off their mark on a bingo board, like, somebody said it, just like Lowry said that they would. And I'm pretty much willing to guarantee you that somebody tomorrow morning is going to say that. You guys are the ones that are going to have to deal with these issues. And I have confidence in that because I think about my own advisees that have gone on and done great things since they left WashU. And I'll just name a few of them just as examples. Matt Clayson was a guy, he was an undergrad at WashU. He wrote the best senior honors thesis I've ever read. Matt is now a senior policy analyst at the Environmental Protection Agency. Phil Radford, he took a completely different approach, but he also wanted to impact environmental policy. And so Phil became the director of Greenpeace. If you know Greenpeace, they're one of the most radical environmental organizations out there. So two very different paths. Melinda Kramer went a little bit farther out of the country. In fact, she founded a thing called the Women's Earth Alliance that's still in operation now. And they've done wonderful things for women in third world countries around the world. You can look them up, Women's Earth Alliance. Zach Kelly, some of the older people in the audience here today might remember Zach was the starting center for the championship WashU basketball team in 2009. Zach, after he graduated, he went over to Israel, I believe, to play basketball for a while. And then he came back to the US and somehow got a job in Obama's White House as a staffer for President Obama. And you can imagine what happens. Everybody knows Obama's basketball player. When he wanted to play, he'd say, Zach, get me a game. And Zach Kelly would get President Obama a game of basketball. He was doing pretty interesting stuff. Here's some people that have stayed close to home. Heather Navarro, one of our graduates, is the head of the Missouri Coalition for the Environment, maybe the most active environmental organization here in the St. Louis region. She's also an alderwoman for the city of St. Louis. Daniel Schnall is an admissions officer at WashU, and he may be partly responsible for some of you being here because he's gone out recruiting a lot of students to come to WashU. Phil Valco, many of you have worked with. Phil is director of the Office of Sustainability. Crystal Gammon is head of Art, Science, and Communications, and she's the one that's put together a lot of these events that we're doing right now. Professor Spriggs, as you just heard, is one of our graduates, and he's been chair of this department. He's done a great job for this university ever since he got here. And many of you probably know this, but Andrew Martin, the chancellor, he is one of our product as well. He's a product of WashU. He's also a product of the political science department. So it's absolutely true. When somebody says to you, WashU students will go on and do great things and they'll deal with the problems of the world, you guys will as well. And every one of my colleagues that's on here that's watching right now could do the same thing I just did and name some of their advisees that are out there right now that are doing really cool things. And I think that's fantastic. And what it means is that years from now, when we're having one of these ceremonies, and I doubt it'll be me talking, but somebody else can be talking, and they'll be talking about you guys, the class of 2020, and what you guys have done since you graduated. So again, I look forward to seeing that, and I wish you luck in doing those good things because goodness knows we need your help. And let me just finish by summarizing that congratulations on what you've done in the past. Persevere in the present situation and go out and do great things in the future. And thank you for being a part of WashU. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Bill. I really appreciate that. We did have to talk him into doing this, but we were not going to have a convocation ceremony without him. In fact, Professor Lowry was supposed to represent us at the physical convocation back when we thought we were having convocation in the pre-March days. So I'm really glad we could do this. All right, what we're going to turn to now is the centerpiece of what we're here for, and that is reading the names of all of our majors and second majors and minors in political science and environmental policy. So I'm going to start, and we're going to go from minor to major. And so let me start with the degree candidates for the minor in political science. Ashley Ashite, Lindsay Blandon, Maya Claire Busey, Matthew Matt Ehrman, Anirudh Gandhi, Mary Gay, Alyssa Geller, Naomi Gluck, Christian Henry, James Jin, Kevin Cantor, Daniel Cornell, William Lowe, Josephine Liz Williams, Blake Maley, Annabelle Anna Mandel, Haley Miller, Samuel Sam Nacht, Kemal Okudo, Jamie Reiner, Cal Reynolds, Luke Sammons, Chad Schwam, Eleanor Ella Schlonsky, Safanet Tegenu, Sophie, Zachary Zach Trunsky, Alex Wang, Alida Leah White, and Amel Zarouk. Those are the minors. Bill?
Yeah, we'll move on to second majors in environmental policy. Sophie Watterson, Delaney Battle, Ellen Botcher, Cole Campbell, Sophia Cardoso, Anish Dayal, Claudia Gorman, Alexis Jackson, Miles Johnson, Nicholas Kinberg, Zachary Leonard, Daria Loker, Sophia Miranda Fred, Daniel Pang, Jordan Phillips, Katie Roop, Kevin C., Amanda Weinstein, Colin Wedak, excuse me. Environmental policy majors, Fiona Eckert, Adam Hiemauer, Zachary Leonard, Nita Montana, Dugan Marib, Sarah Messiano, Jacob Plotkin, Ella Rosenkrantz, Maya Sanders, Cassidy Sykes, Amy Walsh, Annie Yaris, and Kaylun Id.
Thanks, Bill. All right, and now we turn to the majors, candidates for the major in political science. Dana Abelson, Angel Anahui, Sophie Addy, Apurv Bechwal, Abhishek Basu, Jeffrey Berkowitz, Michael Berkowitz, Veda Bhadarla, really, Sarah Braun, Kirk Brown, Maggie Brown, Minglu Luca Kai, Anya Carter, Ashley Chung, Laura Cornell, Hannah Daniels, Samuel Sam Edison, Daniela Danny Figueres, Kyle Fry, Tiffany Gao, Lindsay Gassman, Noah Gordon, Emily Gross, Kathleen Katie Grendel, Jeff Gurley, Tucker Hirsch, Carter Hirschhorn, Emily Jane, Danny Kim, Layla King, Hannah Curley, Daniel Kushner, Junsuk Daniel Kwan, Annabelle Lassalle, Kristen Lau, Sophie Liebneri, Asa Leventhal, Max Lichtenstein, Nathan Merrick, Erica Matthews, Andrew Drew McPike, Alexa Miller, Jordan Neinstein, Alexander Newman, Jackson Jack Newman, Alize Nisar, Rishi Patel, Grace Peacock, William Rapp, Jesse Rich, Sydney Robinson, Nathaniel Ryan, Tyler Savloff, Ishan Shah, Olivia Livy Sherman, Kimmy Spilo, Malik Stewart, Catherine Kate Tanner, Gregory Chase Van Patten, Zachary Zach Vincent, Jackson Jack Wasserman, Brandon Williams, Krista Chris Wilson, and Jessica Jess Sue. Now I'm going to unmute us all. I think I can do that, so we can give a big round of applause.
Because she just unmuted everyone, so everyone's yelling.
Yes, you're supposed to yell.
Go! Gimme!
Now I've muted you again. The power is immense. It's kind of going to my head. All right. We have a couple of more things that we'd like to do. We have a video with messages from some of our faculty. Not all of them. We're still putting it together. So please check back on our Facebook page to see more messages. There are more coming. The other thing that we will, so I'll play that. And then after that, what I'm going to do is do a screen share. Well, I'm going to do the screen share for the video. Fingers crossed, everybody. Then I'm going to do a screen share because we're going to have chat rooms. You know, usually when we have this kind of a function, you can talk to individual faculty that you may have spent some time with, parents, students, whoever wants to do it. And so what we set up here was we set up meetings with some of our faculty, and we'll list the faculty who are going to be in different meetings, and hopefully you'll be able to cut and paste the link and then go to that meeting and they'll let you in. There'll be a waiting room, but that's it. So if you have trouble with that, I'll be here for a little while and you can let me know. One more thing I want to say, two things actually. One is Professor Lowry talked about the fact that Professor Spriggs has been our chair for a while and he's been a wonderful chair. And I'm really going to miss him. And since this is a chance I get to say so out loud, I just want to say good luck to Professor Spriggs in his post-chair life. He's done wonderful things for us and he deserves to go off and get to do things for himself after all, at long last. And the other person that I want to give many, many thanks to is someone you all know, students, and that is Sarah Winkler. You would not have gotten through this program if you hadn't had Sarah to help you do it. Professors are great. We're all wonderful. We'll all tell you how wonderful we are, but Sarah is the glue that keeps this place together. And she's more than the glue. She's the brains too. And so she's not here. I mean, she may be here listening, but she did everything to make this happen. And so I wanted to make sure that you all know and that we could all acknowledge how important she is to us. All right, here we go. Here is our video.
Congratulations, class of 2020. I wish you much success, much happiness. Come back to see us soon.
Hi, class of 2020. I see so many names that I recognize. It's been quite a 4 years, hasn't it? From Trump to coronavirus. Good luck to all of you. We're going to miss you. You're going to be a special class for a long, long time. I see so many names that I recognize from privacy, immigration, protest, even South Asian politics way back in 2016. So best of luck. Please keep in touch. We'll be here when you get to come back and celebrate in person. Bye. Take care.
Congratulations!
My former students in American Constitutional Development and all our graduating majors, hello from quarantine. It's difficult circumstances, but I know you'll be resilient. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations on getting through WashU, surviving the last 4 years, and needless to say, the last 3 months. It's been an extraordinary time. And I've certainly appreciated no end the fact that the seniors that I had this year really presented themselves in the most wonderful ways. And that I couldn't have gotten through the semester myself without their participation and incredible commitment to the university and to the classes themselves. So for all of you, my greatest appreciation and my greatest congratulations. Well done. We'll see you around.
Hi seniors, this is Professor William Namikos in the Department of Political Science. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to teach any of you, so I just wanted to take this video just to say congratulations. This is an exciting time, and I wish you all the best in the future.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. We can't wait to see all that you accomplish going forward. Please keep in touch.
Hi, class of 2020. Oh boy, did you pick a year to graduate. I'm so sorry that we can't be together to celebrate your graduation, but I want to say how proud we are of the things that you've done over the past 4 years and how excited we are to see what you do in the future. So congratulations to you and your family. We wish you all the very best.
Mazal tov! Congratulations for graduating, everybody. Good job.
Hello, class of 2020. Congratulations on this great achievement. And now it's on to even bigger things. Good luck and stay in touch.
All right, you can imagine how much my class has been bailing me out and why I don't do screen share. Okay, the final thing we have to give you is the links to our chat rooms. So we have chats with Professors Gobble, Rosas, and Crisp, Professors Calvert and Sinclair, Professors Lowry and Spriggs, and Professors Darnell and Parikh. And hopefully you can click on this. I don't know if you can click in the screen share and do cut and paste. But if you can, that would be great. If not, check your emails because Sarah did send you emails with the links. We couldn't add them to Evite. So that concludes this portion, but please do move on to the informal rooms and talk to people. Thank you so much for coming. It was great to see your faces and your names. Bye-bye.